Hey there guys, AwesomeAlex99 here again, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and a demo of this Reaper, which is from Lowe's back from 2017. And I'm not fully sure what brand it's made by, but I'm pretty sure it should be made by Gemmy, but there's not really information about what company made this. But it's definitely a great animatronic, and I'm excited to get it unboxed today. And before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And I also want to give a quick shout out to the Halloween collector. I'll link him down in the description for you guys to go subscribe to him and help him get to 200 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to him because he's been supporting my channel quite a bit lately, and I just want to give him a shout out. And also make sure you subscribe to me like I said before. So now let's get this guy unboxed. Okay, so let's start getting all the parts out of it. So first here we have this piece, which this is where his two legs connect to his main body up here. And next here, we actually have these pieces for the base of him. So let me just show you one up close, where you can see has the pole that connects to his legs, has kind of part of the base there, and you can see it has those skeleton feet, which I'm glad it has that. Adds so much more detail to that prop. And next here, we can grab out his head, which here it is. Now it looks pretty good. Looks better with the hood that will go on the top here, but let me try to give you a bit of a better view for him. Yeah, it's a pretty decent sized head too, and if you look closely you can see has all those like little crack details on him. And you can't really see, his eyes are too dark, but there's little red LED lights in there. His mouth of course moves. And this the back has a piece that connects to his head, and then this is the wires. So let's see what's next. Yeah, so next is his main body for him, which of course has the lantern and his hands, which is just basically some creepy cloth on that with just a black like clothing for him, which it's very nice how it is. And then of course lastly here we have all of our poles. And quickly before we get to the demo for this guy, I just want to say that when I did get this guy, he didn't come with any instructions at all. So that's one thing that wasn't too good about him, but it's a fairly easy setup to understand how to do it. So now let's get this guy set up. Okay, so before we get him set up, let's see all the pieces just laid out here. So first here we have the poles, the two smaller ones right there for the base, and then these ones, two of them for the legs, one of them's for the main body. That piece that connects the legs to the main body. And if we just go right over here, right here is the 2 feet for the base, which those little poles will go like in between there. Of course, his great head, and we have right there his clothing. So not too many pieces, so it's gonna be a fairly easy setup for this guy. So let's get him all set up. So firstly, of course, to set him up, we need to the base all set up down there. So it easily connects these poles into the base since they're snap lock poles. So let's just get these in. Now let's do it for the other side. And there, his base is all put together. You can see, pretty decently sized base, I would say, for this prop. And then after that, the difference between these poles is that the ones for the legs have these buttons, or whatever you want to call them, snap locks, on both ends, and this one only has it on one end. So we can just get these guys in. And now the other one on this side. And you can see he's already starting to get a bit tall. And then next up here, of course, we put on this piece, which it snap locks in too, fairly easy. And it's kind of like a setup for an SVI prop, except you can tell it's different than a typical SVI prop. And yeah, sometimes you just have to twist it a bit to get that in. And now if we go up here, we can put in this piece, which of course connects in right there. And then now let's get in the clothing. Might be hard to get on, so I might skip through this part of the setup if it doesn't get on too easily. But should get on easily. So if you look in here, this piece right here, it's a bit dark to see, but that goes onto top up there, which doesn't snap lock in or anything. It just kind of goes on up there. And then there we go. So, and lastly, before we pose them and stuff, we just gotta get on the head, which the head does connect fairly easy. You just have to find a piece which wires connect to that piece. Then his head just connects right in there. And you can see his head up there bounces a bit, so that's pretty nice. And I'm not sure if I can just, yeah, there. He's about 6 feet tall, so he's pretty tall. And he just looks so amazing so far. But the hood gets to go on up to there. And then of course we connect these pieces to make his head move. And they have to be in all the way or his head does not work at all. Well, the lights will work, but not his mouth. There's a little Velcro up here, which doesn't really stick on too well anymore. But now let's pose his arms right here, which they just kind of spread out like that. And then for this arm here, of course, it doesn't pose too well with a lantern, but you can get it out a little bit and then have it kind of like that right there. Just have to get this creepy cloth unstuck from it. Then down here, of course, just have to pull down his clothing and they can reveal his feet a bit. And yeah, that's basically his entire setup, except we also have to put in batteries for him, which I wish he would come with an adapter, but he doesn't, sadly. But that's the overall look for him. And he's roughly under 6 feet tall, so he's a bit taller than me in size comparison, so pretty good size for this guy. And he's only $110 Canadian, so US, that's roughly $80 or $85. I'm not certainly sure about American price, but I believe it's around that. And I did get this from Lowe's back in 2017, and I'm not sure if they had too many of the Lowe's, because all the videos I've seen from 2017, I haven't typically seen this guy in those videos, and I haven't really seen any videos of him or any information about him on the internet, so it's kind of a prop that's rare to find much of him. But he is just very cool. So now I'll get the batteries in him, and we'll see a demo of him. Okay guys, it's time for the demo of him because we finished putting in the batteries. So he is sound and touch activated, but you can also have him on off or on the try me mode, which there's this little button right here, which when you push that he will go off, but we're just gonna wait a couple minutes till the demo because I just want to talk a bit about him first. So the good things about him is he's very good for what you get for just the $110. His mouth and eyes move. He slightly moves from side to side, not a whole lot, but just slightly. He has the lantern which lights up. I know it's a bit broken there. I still have not tried to glue it or tape it up or anything, which I still need to do that. Right here is where at Halloween sometimes I'll like hook on maybe like a bloody arm or just something like that right there, which just makes him look even creepier. And another good thing, he has those feet connect to the base, which typically these props don't have it. And this little screw for the battery pack for him. It's hard to see, but there's just a little light in there. And if you look on the bottom, you can see that it is supposed to be like a regular product that you would buy, just like with the lantern, because it has that on and off battery pack. But of course, they changed it a bit to have it for this guy, but still has those kind of details on the bottom, which is kind of weird. And he's decently sized. Right from this point, I'd say just under 6 feet. And there's the box, you can see Haunted Livin', that's a Lowe's brand. And his full title is the animated musical Spooky Greeter, but I think it would be better just call him a Reaper or something like that, instead of just having that name because it's kind of long. And of course has other stuff on the box, which says 5.83 feet, but he's definitely a bit taller than that, like probably 5'10", which is just under 6 feet. And then all that creepy cloth on him, which creepy cloth mainly goes down on his back, but you can also kind of see it from front here. And cons for this guy, his arms could be better to be able to stick out. But other than that, he's a pretty great prop. Oh, and adapter. He needs an adapter, because usually you'd only see those battery packs in the smaller props that are different, but this guy, he uses a lot of power. So he only has 3 batteries in that battery pack, not even 4 like a typical animatronic. So he only lasts about 1.5 to 2 hours usually. So he usually dies before Halloween night is over, because usually the haunted house is probably open for 3 to 4 hours in between that amount of time. So he doesn't last all night, which he has like lots of stuff to him, so he definitely needs a lot of power. So it's kind of sad that they don't have an adapter for him, but he's overall a awesome prop. Now on Halloween, I usually have a little skeleton dog with him down there because that looks cool. It goes great in a graveyard theme. So let's see the demo of him. Which, let me move back the table. There, now we can get a better view of him. Yeah, so there's just a little demo of him. That's his short demo for him. But since we are finish up the video, I think I'll just give you the full demo of him. So let me just see right back here.
will light the way. Follow me, if you dare. Your time has come. Say goodbye.
So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. And remember to go subscribe to me and the Halloween Collector, which I'll link his channel down below, so make sure you subscribe to him and help him get up to 200 subscribers. And I'll see you all in the next video.